Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for March 25th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, hopefully this is relevant. Again, if it's not, again, it's general collective, so you can just toss it or just watch it. I don't know, get your kicks in. Anyway, if you do have questions about booking a private session, my email address is provided in the description. Also, you can find me on social platforms and send me a DM. And again, my original Instagram was hacked through a friend's account. So my backup one is no space, no underscores, no punctuation. It's at Raising Savak, which is also in the description. And also plastered somewhere on the page. What are we looking at here? This is what we're doing. All right, so yeah, readings, ask about time zones, sales, pricing, other services I provide, see what might be right for you. What are we looking at? You finally got clarity on something in your life. I really think that you have reached whatever this desired insight has been. I really do. I feel like this has been something that it feels progressive and it feels validating for you. But even though you've gotten to this point, things are coming to a screeching halt. Look at this, look at this. You got clarity, you're completely in line with whatever it is, but also the brakes need to be pumped right now for, I guess what I'm saying is this particular reason. You're gonna focus on whatever has been learned and whatever the situation was that you had to gain clarity on, so you don't repeat this down the road. I feel like, yes, you were hurt in this. This is a point of view, I think, stepping out and I think demanding center stage. There was a lot you had to learn about yourself and a lot about what it took to get you there. I think it's about your aggressiveness and assertiveness. I do feel like you're kind of dwelling on it though, dwelling on the road that it took you to get there. I see you kind of being stuck there for a little while, and I think that this is because you're working on the substance of, I guess, whatever this new foundation is before you actually let yourself start to move on and move forward. Because once you decide to move on, to move forward, lightning strikes. Look at this. I love this. This is complete enlightenment, divine inspiration, putting you into alignment with fate. And I guess there's this idea that clearly you can't go back. So we don't screw anything up, so we don't misinterpret anything. What you're doing is, it's reflection. Okay, remember, I did this, this happened, they did this, that happened. How can I keep this in my head to where we don't have to keep doing this over and over and over and over? It's intense. I think that's why you want to have complete certainty moving forward. Like, okay, no, we got this. We're moving forward. Great. About what? I don't even get this deck right now. We're looking at Wisdom of the Oracle. What's this? Your pause is even part of the transition. I flippin' love this. The pause, the fork in the road. Before you decide, make sure that you look at all pros and cons that are involved. And if you go this way, this way, this way, or this way, or if you happen to choose to stay still. I love that saying that I heard in recent years, in the last few years, by not making a choice is a choice in itself. And I know that's part of like an 80s song. I know that's probably this well-known thing. it never was ingrained up until the last few years. I mean, what finally clicked into place with a quip that you've heard? Right, so the fork in the road. What this is leading to? Well, the fork in the road. All right, stop trying to get closure on everything with everyone. Stop trying to reach out to everything and everyone. Do what you can at the time. But realize that this transition is not leading to a goodbye necessarily. This is leading to, I'll talk to you later. These are going to be people who are part of your past that you will be reconnecting with in some dynamic. Let's see what this is about. I think the point in that you're not going to get any sort of conclusion from them right now is because that effort, that continual active effort to try and get some sort of a conclusion from Tweedle, whoever it was, you're not going to find it. You're going to be horribly disappointed if you do find it, and it's not going to be as meaningful as it is when you actually reconnect and get some closing ideas on a situation from the past. I think that it's a point of you getting wisdom, getting experience under your belt to look at this differently, but also whoever this is involving needs to have that same right, because addressing it at this point is not going to be nearly as effective as you think it would be. It's coming from a inexperienced and potentially wounded place. And nobody's making any effort. Nobody wants to even engage in that communication right now. I get that you might want to just for the sake of closure, because it's closure and you want to, let's be done with this. Everybody, whoever else is involved in this is, no, being lazy, like holding the breath, like, yeah, we'll pass this along for another day. I think that you may even be seeing them as lazy. Spirit is saying, no, they're in their own personal brand of hell. They may be sleeping more, they may be doing less. This is everything going up in flames in their life. They are fighting a battle that I think that you know nothing about, just like they know nothing about the battle that you're fighting or the ascension that you had to do. It's pretty secluded to their own individual worlds, yours included. So they are being molded into something quite different, even though it probably doesn't look like it. So then we have this one, which is sticking out. Well, it was sticking out and poking my hand, and I felt like I need to pull this one out. So the building blocks in reverse, it's time for you to look at the cracks in your foundation and I guess see how you and your wounds could have affected somebody else's life. Now, I get that there are things that cause those wounds and that caused certain behaviors in your life. And, you know, it's not excusing life, but it's compassion and understanding as to why things happen the way that they did, but also to see that other people may have been experiencing their own circumstances that created them to behave in a certain way. So this, before it's looking at anyone else, look at the cracks in your foundation and the wounds and where they stem from and work on that. So this is leading to blessed. And I think that, yes, blessings in the physical form, awesome. This is more like blessing of complete understanding. Spirit has been screaming in your face. So this is leading to completely uncomfortable growth situations, maybe even feelings of complete blockage in your life. The reason is that you need to charge ahead elsewhere. Whatever you have been charging at beforehand, don't cross the line, don't go towards it. Not only are you going to be horribly disappointed like this suggested, you might even be devastated on a whole new level, creating a whole new karma, or maybe a karma lashing out at you. We don't need that. We don't need to go there. We don't need to unwrap that gift. It's not really a gift. It doesn't feel like a gift. Okay. Somebody feels like they were given nothing but bad choices. I can do this. Oh, this just sucks all around. Not the reading. Well, okay, the reading is riddled with challenges, but what you're going through, what they're going through, it all just sucks. Like, this is rough. I really feel like there's been a lot of bad hands that people have been given, and without given the proper ways to handle them, it was a complete crap show. I think that all people involved just really wanted to be happy, and that they kept adding one to the plates. Okay, if I do this, then I'll finally be happy. If I add this, then I'll be happy. Oh, there's a remedy for that. I'll be happy. I do feel like these are great things to have under your belt. I mean, to use in different areas of life, but it was not the cure-all for your life at that moment. These you're going to obviously take with you, but this was really painful, and also it really points out how do I want to say inferior? the best way I can put it without sounding like a complete jerk, and I'm really trying not to, I'm sorry. You are made to feel completely underrated, underhanded, less than, unworthy even comes to mind with that. It was all about how lack you were, but you weren't. This was circumstantial. Again, this is coming from hurt people and hurt situations that hurt you in turn. I mean, it hurts. Hurts. And I do feel like you were pushed more than others to rise above. For some reason, the standards on you were unfair. You could handle it. And again, just because you could handle something doesn't mean that you should have had to handle something, and yet you did. So then we have, after this huge realization of pain, because we have a ton of swords going on here, naming the battle is going to start to alleviate the effect of the trauma in your life, or the hold that it has on you. There's a long road to healing that's up ahead for not only you, but whoever's involved in this. A lot of shadow work at play. I'm getting 2 specific decks to use after the shadow work that is involved, so we're gonna look at that. We have child, so yeah, this is definitely child wounds. This came out, so rising above and being independent from your child wounds. Obviously, this is going to be going through a healing process. Let's see, what's this? Cleanse and detoxify. Ooh. Why did I have a rolling chair? Cupid. We send waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. So it says romance, but really love, the underlying cause of all of this. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. This is completely in divine timing. Whoever your trigger was the help in getting this, whether it was being a trigger by itself or, no, I do feel like them being the trigger in itself was what catalyzed all this healing with you. So the next deck I was getting to use after that, is Archangel Raphael Healing, and this is talking about organic foods. All right, so being very careful about what it is that you do consume. I don't care that this is saying food. Being very careful about what you allow yourself to consume using all of your senses. It could be through touch, taste, see, hear, feel. Wait, no, that goes with touch too. Touch, taste, see, smell, hear, sense. 6 senses. All right, so there's that. Caffeine free. There's a lot of adjutants that are going to be around you with this. This is telling you to recognize them for what they are. They may have been something that slipped by you in the past, but this is talking about recognize the agitating aspects of your life, or maybe even the emotional sensitivity. When you are aware of it, it actually works to your advantage. And also you're going to be changing whose advice you are taking. And that's actually going to be incredible for you. I see a lot of different perspectives that are coming in. I see a lot of waves of faith that are coming in. God, the faith card feels so flipping good right now. Being in an agitated state with what you're consuming is only going to make this more challenging for you. So this is saying, where do you get your advice from? What do you listen to? This could be, from a boss, a peer, family, friends, lovers, all of that stuff. But what I'm saying is going to something else from a different perspective for advice. And it's actually going to have a lot of cleat-ons with it. And I know that that's probably not a word I've used on here in a very long time. I think it was coined by Colette Baron Reed. And it's like a spirit message that you use from one of your senses and it like clicks everything into place. So for instance, we were talking about the sixth senses, and having some sort of a message or some sort of an observation delivered through one of those clicks a lot of wonder or information into place. So that's what's probably, that's what you can probably expect coming in from whoever it is that you are going to be getting some sort of counsel from. All right, what are some things that you need to watch out for? What are some road bumps? We have you folding. It's not even a compromise at this point. It's you completely folding to whoever this assertive, aggressive energy is. Now, this is great when it's on your defense, but this is acting as offensive as possible right now. And I do see this person as an intimidation factor. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Don't fold on your beliefs just to be compliant or understanding towards whatever it is. It seems like complete intimidation and getting you to back into a corner, which is a load of crap. Don't shut off. That's the best way I can see it. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse, and then I pulled the Hangman in reverse, then the Queen of Cups in reverse. Don't turn off and let this agitation build, or the intensity from whoever this is build, because what I see coming about is you just having a case of the F-its about whatever this is and trying to retreat back, only to be met with absolute emotional instability, like lashing out or complete caving in. It hurts. Somebody's intimidation, if you fold to it, has the risk of running to complete instability on your part. And I know that you probably are used to being in control, but for something to get under your skin like this and to make you feel small again, you're going to lose your crap. Nobody would blame you, but again, you don't need to put yourself in that position. You're getting the Emperor, and you also have the Knight of Wands that's coming in. This is definitely stemming from childhood issues where I think that you felt massively alone in the world. So yeah, I do feel like you're calling yourself back, and I feel like you are, in a very figurative sense, time traveling to meet yourself and to understand these new levels of yourself, and tell yourself that it is safe for you to come out at whatever the reveal is for you, whether it's a revealing of self or what have you. Mastery of self is really what I'm getting in here. Somebody who's wise, who's very self-assured, who isn't, going to be so reactive. So, okay, awesome. You have the willpower to get through this. I love it. This will cause some ruffles in your intimate circle. That's fine. Do I think it's going to do irreversible damage? I don't know. It's going to be a karmic balancing. When I say irreversible damage, I mean, in a lot of the cases, the damage is already done and now it's time to heal. I'm not telling anyone to go back to abusive, toxic scenarios. I don't care if it's family or whatnot. I'm not telling you to do that. So irreversible at that point is already kind of moot point, isn't it? If it's not any of those toxic, abusive situations, whatever the problem is, it's not irreversible. You guys are just going to be able to move forward with new understanding and new ways of viewing each other, new wisdom, all of that. But you have to know that you're the Emperor in this. So following the advice, not backing down, being the total boss energy you are, you're going to be completely unattached to whatever the BS is. Oh my God, I think I used most of the cards in the deck. I think that you're going to learn to let things go, and that not to follow every idea that you have. It's, I think, being the bouncer of your mind at this one. Let's see. Okay, Angel Therapy is coming out. Let's see. This might be a caregiver issue that you have. Whoever was the caregiver, it says parents, but not everybody has like their parents or whoever a parent would be in your life. So this is, who are the caregivers? This is something that is directly connected to a caregiver to you. Let's see. I keep saying, what the heck? other people's sacrifice is not your punishment. I get that people made major sacrifices in their life, or they sacrificed you to some degree. The visualized success is you moving beyond that and moving beyond past limiting circumstance that still somehow are encased in your mind, and that you've done the work to break this generational or soul contract, and now it's like you rise above. Don't worry about how other people are going to perceive this. Stay away from toxic people who are trying to, break down your security on this or somehow undermine you. You've done the work, and you need the support. And you need to know that you're healing, and that you're not only healing yourself, you're healing whatever it was that came before you, and that you're protected in doing so. You healing heals the generations before you, whether it's blood or not. And then learning how to listen. People are going to learn how to hear in all of this. The final card is cards are your powerful light worker and clear yourself. So wherever you are going from this is depending on the work that you are doing right now. And whatever has become seemingly lost isn't. It's just, I will see you later. I have work that I have to do right now. Not only on self, but I guess on whatever this new life is going to look like for you. It's big jobs here. All right, you. That's been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for March 25th, 2022. Again, timeless. If you have questions about booking a session, see what might be right for you out of the services I provide, ask about pricings, time zones, availability, go ahead and find the email address, or again, find me on the social platforms and send me a DM. And again, my new and now only Instagram is one word, no punctuation or underscores. It's at Raising Savak. I look forward to talking with you. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you are loved and greatly appreciated. Bye for now. Somebody's really changing character in your life. This might even be you. This is King of Wands energy, which is, it's somebody who kind of does a lot of reflection in their life. You see them looking back, but I see that this reflection is leading to a lot of change. And it leads to, I think, this new level of self-awareness. They might be letting a lot of people go out of their life. And honestly, I think that's probably best for them. I'm not telling them to ghost people or just completely abandon everybody. That's not what I'm saying. I do see the separation that is coming in for them. And this is because, honestly, they don't have the room in their life for it. They're way too overwhelmed to be dealing with these energies. And they've been really triggered a lot recently. Obviously, there's a lot of shadow work that's coming about. They don't know if it's something that they need to draw in or release. It's going to be a really long journey for this person. Again, whether it's you or whether it's somebody that you know. Communication is going to be essential right now. And I see that it's going to be potentially hurtful to say this, because it does involve putting in the separation for whoever this is involving. Like, I really care about you. I really blah, 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 blah you. Please, I need some time. I need some away time. And we have a lot of Wands energy around this. So I think that these are people in your life who have a really profound connection. This feels incredibly deep. It feels like a long-standing soul contract. But whoever this is involving, again, you, whoever, it's been in that gray area. It feels slightly depressive without knowing why for the longest time. But now this person has clarity, and they need to figure out who they are now. Because I think a lot of it has been just responses from conditioning in their life. So, after all is said and done, what can everybody expect? Well, it's not going to be fun. This person's going to be away for a while, and I don't think that they're really ready to come back anytime soon. This person does risk being completely closed off, Wait for, well, if this is you, you're going to be reaching out. But if this is somebody that you're waiting on, I see them reaching out to you. But lots of defensiveness happening at this point in time. I think it's because they're waiting on an argument. They're waiting for this to be a fight, and that doesn't have to be a fight. It's going to be a long journey to recovery and also ascending. You've been hitting, I think, the grind on this stupid hard, like nonstop, burning yourself out completely. I almost have proof of it, especially through the mini reads, especially through private reads, collective readings. This is saying, listen, think outside the box. What you're doing, it's not benefiting you in this right now. This isn't goodbye. This is, I need some space. The theme of the mini reads today are ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Let go of expectations right now. You are somebody who not only has to think outside the box and get rid of all of the ways in which they're doing things. It's time to really simplify the way that they were doing things. It is pretty much cut and dry. You have to let go of the expectations and also stop burning yourself out. All you're doing is making yourself sick, and you're not getting any of the results in this. Spirit is saying you have a lot in your life that you have to clean up, not a lot that you have to make up for, not a lot that you have to be doing. This is a major time of release, of purging, finding a new, simpler way to do things. So this might be completely against your natural reaction. It's going to be really difficult for you to continue, to do this. You're going to need either accountability buddy or complete mindfulness. A lot of self-control is going to be necessary here. I think that you breaking out of your comfort zone is going to be the hardest thing, because it was piling on everything. What more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I not even do at this point? What more can I be? No, that's not going to work. So the final card I'm going to get for this is coming from messages from your angels. So what is this talking about? As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity comes to you now. So what is the guidance of your heart telling you what to do? Spirit is telling you not to overthink it. It's telling you to not be irresponsible. I'm not saying that. And you know what your responsibility looks like. You're not dropping anything that is your legal obligation. I'm not saying that. But acting on your heart's inspiration, following the guidance of your heart is what's going to massively simplify your life. And even if it doesn't make sense in the time, the reason for the why behind it is going to become very clear very soon. And I also just want this one. I don't even know what this says yet. What is this? What do you desire right now? Visualize it and it'll come about. Negativity will block your progress. So this, in this sense, is talking about ask Spirit for what it is that you do want so that it can start making these shifts, and that's going to allow for the purge to happen in your life. And this, I think, is going to be completely uncharacteristic for anything you've ever asked for. And I do feel like it is a major thing of simplification because you're so overwhelmed. What I'm seeing here is the necessary need for you to actually start asserting yourself and to also do it in a loving way. It's not combative. It's not oppositional. It's not a huge sacrifice on everybody's part. But you need to do this because there's something in your life that you need to change, that you've already put out, that you want to make the change for. And now here comes the ball rolling and things are starting to just stall. So what I'm seeing in here is the release and the surrender, the family, the wedding. This is going to be changing things on the home front. This is going to be the way, changing the way that you connect to anybody. So look, release and surrender. What was doesn't have to be how it will be or how it can be. It's all going through this major change. And it's really important that you, again, hold, I guess, your boundaries. It's all about having better boundaries. You're showing these people how to understand you, but also understand that what this is going to change inside of them. So the life purpose, I actually want to get clarification on this. What the heck is the life purpose? I'm getting to use the messages from the angels, messages from the angels. You're protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. Relax and feel safe. So a lot about you that has been sacrificed and damaged somehow in the past is coming up. And I think that this is you, and not only gaslighting yourself, going completely against yourself, And it is a form of feeling like self-manipulation so that other people could somehow get the benefit from you. I do feel like you went a lot against yourself to either people please or to somehow show up for everybody. And I honestly feel like your soul is really tired in this. So not only for you, but for everybody in this connection, in this commitment, in this tribal unit, whatever you want to call it, there's going to be a re-understanding and a redistribution of responsibilities that is going on. And I also see that you're worried about how this is going to affect the tribe, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be, in the end, very positive. And I think that it's going to show people just how committed they are to whatever this is. So this is, you need to work on your personal well-being and peace of mind and spiritual growth right now, putting yourself first, doing a lot of grounding work, getting outside, and I think being that guide for others and have them following suit. When we rely on each other but not have these expectations of each other, and when we start to hold our own, this is where we can actually feel centered and grounded and actually I guess make better progress and have healthier connections in whatever this family unit is. It's actually really cool learning to stand still in this and still evolve as you need to. So it's not this constant, chasing this dream that just continually outruns you. It's not always about perfecting yourself or being some sort of a character. What I'm seeing going on here is you learning to stay put, you and actually being seen as kind of a hard ass. I mean that in the best way. A lot of change is happening with you, a lot of change that need to happen with you, complete identity change that's going on. You're ready to move on. You're ready to, I guess, not always take either the last pick or choose yourself last, or let yourself be on the back burner. You are not an option for anybody at this point in time. You had been in the past. And what I'm seeing in here is the Queen of Swords completely on her keister, not having any more of this, giving everybody the business, because this has been a continual lesson for you. And it seems like, this is something that you already know. Why do you keep doing this to yourself? It's absolute madness. So then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the healthy changes that you are making in your life. We have the Three of Wands right here, and then it's the Nine of Cups, and then it's the Death card. The Death card is not about the death. It could be the ego death, but that's really just the Phoenix rising and ascension, all that jazz. This is going to be a long-term investment for you, and it also requires that you learn to stand still and not always look for something to do, even for anyone else. I do feel like this is a discipline that is going to be very well welcomed in your life, and I see that it's also it's going to make you charge up ahead. And I'm getting this thing with this skeleton right here. What the heck is with the skeleton? It's yellow. Okay, so things laying in your wake, things bowing down to you, and you and the entire makeup of you, what holds you up is going to be this discipline and also this protected power. And it looks through a lot of time and a lot of experience. You have learned to not only wear your passions on your head and use your head to follow those, but also protect yourself with shutting other things down immediately. This isn't a white flag. This is, you have no action towards me. You have absolutely no effect on me. It's really interesting, but this seems actually very progressive for you and your strength. The dysfunction in the phone, and really, I'm now the dysfunction. The dysfunction in the home. I can talk. This is actually going to start to come to an end. It wasn't anything other than rites of passage, shadow work, and a lot of projection that's going on. And I think that everyone involved in that is seeing that now, and I see a lot of new growth starting to take shape around this, involving everybody. This connection, this unit of people is on an entirely different wavelength, and I see them charging together and charging on head a lot stronger and faster than where they were before. I feel like these breaks, these confrontations really needed to happen in order to have a new understanding, because nobody knew if they were coming or going. There was a false sense of loyalty, a false sense of wildness about them even. And it looks like this has everyone not only being held accountable, but also making the same investment. And let's see, the Star card. You don't get the Star card unless you've been through hellfire. So let's get some more on that. Tell me about this hellfire that this viewer has been dealing with. A lot of empty promises, which made you not want to invest in anything. A lot of repressed energy also because of that. Feeling like you always have to escape somebody else's karmic situation where they suddenly zoned in and completely focused on you, projecting, I guess, a personality that wasn't your own. And I feel like you had to pay the price for a lot of people's projections. You were never what they thought that you were. And that's grossly unfair to you. I see that you were able to escape from those scenarios, and now it's like you have your whole identity in check. You have your whole sense of personhood, and this is forcing everybody to see everybody accurately, and not with the wounds this time, not with the projections this time. And it feels like this is growing together finally, and it's talking about how strong this foundation is and how this is going to last beyond you. I feel like you've done a ton of generational healing, and this is going to make whatever the legacy that comes after you people flippin' just, it feels like absolutely merry. And I weirdly have to say that word right now. It's only going to grow, and it's only going to grow together. Everybody has their own passions, but they come together as a whole. I love this. It's water under the bridge soon. Somebody who was very insecure and manipulative towards you now is kind of trying to make amends for that in your life. They see the damage that they have done, and I do see the sorrow behind it. But I also see that you don't care. You're like, that's nice. You can apologize, and I'll accept your apology, but guess what? I'm also angry, and you're going to pay the price for that. I'm not about, can I really even say that? I kind of am in a psychotic pleasure kind of way about retaliation, just mentally though, but not in actuality. But this is talking about you feeling like you've always had to be the bigger person, not necessarily being there. I think that you are, again, going to be calling somebody out on their BS as they try to brush it under the rug. I think that this connection does have the opportunity to heal. Now, let me use my favorite disclaimer. I don't care what the cards say. If any dynamic in your life is abusive, toxic, illegal, get the heck away from it. This is great, fine, and dandy, but I don't want you making an excuse for an abusive, toxic, or illegal connection in your life. Get away from it, let it work itself out, and then, I don't know. But again, nothing dangerous. So if we're looking at this is going to be a long road ahead. You don't get the Star card unless you've been through the hellfire, and even after that, there's going to be a lot of healing work that needs to be done. This person who was insecure and completely manipulative of you, they didn't understand the gravity of the damage that they had done. And so it's not that they're putting themselves in the victim mode. They suddenly have major clarity about what happened, and they genuinely do feel like garbage. That's great. Hopefully they can follow suit and actually change. They're seeing you as somebody who is beautifully nurturing, beautifully caring, so grounded, and they feel like they've done so much damage to you, like irreversible damage. There's a lot of remorse around that. They admire your strength, and they want to kind of come charging in and be like, I'm so sorry. And again, you're going to kick them to the curb and tell them what's up. You're going to get on your soapbox with them. It's a long road ahead, but it starts with one seed. You have full control of yourself. You are fully aware of how strong you are. You are fully aware of how amazing you are. Everything that occurred in the past was part of your breakdown and ascension. And this is where you are right now. And you see that they're going through the throes of it. You're not going to make excuses for them, but you see where they are with this. So it's not that you're going to abandon anybody. It's not anything like that. It's just you don't know if you want them to be part of this new cycle that's coming in. Because honestly, you've gone down an entirely different road right now. You don't know if this is going to be compatible. So I guess watch and find out.